You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Show me the money. Welcome to episode number 66 of the Show Me the Money podcast. Happy bowl games, fellas. We have a stacked weekend of football, and we're a little bit late to the party. I know we're filming on a Friday, so as soon as we're done filming this, I'm going to upload it. This is not going to wait a day like we usually do.
Good. I need a podcast to listen to on the way home tomorrow.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect
fair. That's
timing.
fair.
Well, let's get right into it. Let's take a quick look at standings for our lock of the weeks. Clark and Parker, you guys both tied at 10-7. Well done. I'm kind of right behind you. I'm 9-7 with a push. John 9-7. Cole 8-9. Josh 8-9. So not too bad there. And then Tyler, you got another win. Congratulations, bud.
Don't let the kid get hot now.
Well, 5-12. You still got a long fucking way to go. But
I be jerking it.
A little late to get hot.
let's head right into our NCAA football bowl games.
Well, before we do that, who you guys got? Who are they playing? Abilene Christian or whatever?
Oh, Abilene Baptist versus Baylor tonight. Big game.
Who y'all got?
What?
College
Sure.
basketball.
Versus
Give me Baylor.
Yeah, give me Baylor.
You guys don't want the NCCAA fucking bottom feeder?
Yeah, what's the spread of this
What's
game?
the spread?
56?
40?
It better be 90. These guys, the team they're playing loses by 50 to teams in their own fucking league.
I don't even know how you know about that game.
Lines are not posted for the game.
Because they're getting flamed on TikTok for it.
Well, let's go into our NCAA football talk because we haven't quite hit basketball. I mean, it started, obviously, but
Wait,
Which place did I miss that?
it's not our big talk quite yet.
no.
Clark, we're going to start off with your Iowa State Cyclones as our first bowl game. They're playing all the way down in Orlando against Miami. Almost
Yo.
going to be a home game for those guys in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah, man. This is a weird game. I don't know what to think of it because we saw a Miami team regress the past few weeks, or that was at least a month ago now. And then also an Iowa State team that kind of regressed in the middle of the season and just plateaued. So I don't know.
Is Rocco playing?
What's that?
Is Rocco playing?
Yeah.
Or is he hitting the portal?
No, he's playing.
I don't know if they're.
Is the
I don't know. If,
Russian playing
I don't-
for Miami? Rasputin or whatever the fuck his name is.
Xavier Restrepo?
That guy.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a team that has regressed as hard as Iowa State has from beginning to end.
From the first 7 weeks to now.
Correct. And they were one of the teams that made me money. They were in the top 3 teams that I bet on this year that made me the most money. And they probably would have been number 1 had they not sucked the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah. I don't know.
hard to
Being
say
an-
for this team.
being an Iowa State fan, I'm not going to vouch for them in this game. And I think I'm going to take Miami minus 3.5, even with the hook.
I am kind of against you, Clark. I think without Cam Ward,
Cam Ward's playing.
he is?
Came out 20 minutes ago.
I heard he was playing, yeah.
Okay, that kind of changes it.
Yeah, that's I was trying to figure that out. Because if he wasn't playing, I was going to be on state. But
It's the same.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going Miami then if Cam Ward's in.
facts.
Yeah, I got to ride Miami too. Iowa State has been absolutely miserable the last 5 weeks to watch. So Miami hasn't been great either, but they have been significantly better. The fact that they're playing in their home state gives me a good reason to put my money on them, I think.
Did you see the trophy update?
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's a toaster.
I
That's
saw
wild.
it's a toaster and it literally will cook a Pop-Tart. So that's fucking sweet. And I'm glad that's going to stay in Miami.
Damn. I hope it doesn't.
At least they will have to figure out how to get it back to, Iowa.
Yeah.
And it'd be like a lot of shipping and shit. So
Bogus.
just save your poverty university some money.
Bro, you're in the Music City Bowl 3 times in a row. That would be proud of that.
I'll have that.
Let's head into our
All right,
next game. We got BYU versus Colorado. Colorado, a 3.5-point favorite. This is the Valero Alamo Bowl out in San Antonio, Texas. So warm weather there. I think I gotta go with Colorado. I believe I heard Travis Hunter is playing in this game. Is that correct?
Deion's forcing them to play.
Both
Yeah.
Travis and Shadur are, and Colorado University insured them, insured their bodies for millions of dollars in case they get hurt. So,
Is the BYU playing?
I
the QB?
would assume so.
I don't know if what he is. Is he a senior or freshman?
I have no
What's
idea
his
about
name?
the BYU, but
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
don't know. He's the BYU. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter. I think with Travis and Shadur playing, I think this is gonna be a win for them.
And a team that could have snuck into the playoffs right there at the end of the year if
Exactly.
it weren't for the way the Big 12 played out.
Agreed. So I like Colorado in this one, especially at 3.5. I'd probably buy it down to 2.5. Might as well buy the point, but
You got it at 3.5? I think I have it at 4.
it might have
Oh,
gone up.
3.5. No, it's
The
3.5.
Blues.
It looks like the BYU is playing,
Okay.
and he's
I don't
calling
think it matters.
the Bulls Big 12 championship. So, give me Colorado. It's Shooter and Travis's last ride, and if Travis wants to prove that he actually deserved that Heisman, he's got to do something.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Colorado in this game. I don't think Deion's going to let the boys sleep on a bowl game.
I'm calling
No.
now my locks Colorado money line. Oh, fuck it. No, I can't. God
You
damn it.
cannot do that.
Yeah, it's 178.
I already took them spread for mine.
Oh, God.
So we all ride in Colorado then?
I think
Yeah, we're
team,
riding the
team
bus.
riding Colorado. Let's head into our University of Iowa Hawkeyes. This is gonna be rough. This
City Bowl.
This opened up as a 1.5-point game. It's now at 2.5. I believe I saw a picture of Brendan Sullivan practicing
Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't played in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Fine.
but it's not like he's leaving the school, so like if he's good to go, he's gonna go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just wasn't. I didn't know he was healthy, so I'm happy to see that he's healthy.
The only question I have about Iowa is our center going? Is Higgins going? Is what's his name? Castro?
Castro?
Castro. Is he going? I knew it was some Cuban name.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet Iowa in this game strictly because I just can't trust it. I don't know who on our defense is playing. Our offense is horrible.
And we always get our fucking teeth kicked in bowl games.
I don't know, but this isn't like a dominant Missouri team.
Well,
It is a much better Missouri team than
Then
We
that's
are.
fair.
is
That's fair.
Luther Burden
There's
playing?
no way. He's been complaining all year already. Why the fuck would he?
Who's your quarterback?
We don't know.
We
Brendan
don't know.
Sullivan.
It's not been announced who's starting.
It will be Sullivan.
I don't know. I'm just going to take Iowa for the fact that I don't know, their defense is usually pretty solid.
Also, we're without Johnson running the ball. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
it's going to be Kamari Moulton leading the backfield, which is fine. He's been good all year. It's just without Johnson, I can't trust Iowa's offense because he was the entirety of the offense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Luther Burton will not be playing according to Yahoo Sports.
So I'll be taking Missouri in this one and feeling comfortable about it at 3.
I would agree.
It's 2.5 even.
I'll take the 2.5.
Give me the Hawks. I'm going to ride with them one more time.
I'm going to take the Hawks as well.
I'm out. They were actually my worst team to bet on this year, which is very disappointing to say. They lost me over 20 units. So,
Crazy.
Yeah,
I will buy the point to 3.5.
I'm gonna ride with Missouri.
Fair enough.
Next game, we got Alabama versus Michigan in a bowl game that, believe it or not, is not a college football playoff. How weird does that sound?
The fact that they put Michigan in this game just for a
Makes
rematch of last year's championship is so fucking stupid.
So
Like,
dumb.
I just don't understand it. 12.5 seems like a lot, but what would this number be? Who would the team in this game be if Michigan didn't beat Ohio State?
Dude, give them like Colorado or something, like one of those fun, exciting teams.
Yeah, this is stupid as fuck. I'm going to be taking Alabama. I'm
cover?
sure they have a lot of opt outs and shit, but I don't really care. Michigan doesn't have an offense.
Milrow will not be playing. If that affects anything.
No,
I would be surprised if Ryan Williams plays, to be completely honest with you.
It literally doesn't matter. Michigan is horrible. I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Michigan has no reason being in this game at all.
I mean, we saw what happened when Alabama played Wisconsin. Michigan's better than Wisconsin, but like not that much better.
Not that much better.
Give me Alabama in the backups to dog fuck
Well,
Michigan.
it is 12.5.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit, but we saw him put what, 40 on?
I was going to say, I think it was 40.
40 was the spread against Wisconsin.
I will take the backups with Alabama. Like, who's starting quarterback for Michigan? Orgy? He's horrible. Like,
They already went and bought his replacement.
exactly. That kid ain't
They
playing.
got 2 commits. You see Herb Street's kid just committed to Michigan? Or was that
I didn't
fake?
see that.
It was real?
No, that's
That's
real.
old news.
But yeah, Bryce Underwood's not playing in this game. They're $10 million man. So give me Alabama all day.
What's the next one? The Cox in Illinois.
Yeah, we got South Carolina versus Illinois. Illinois, excuse me, 9.5-point underdogs. So it's a good spread. I think I would be more comfortable if Illinois was plus 10.5. I probably like South Carolina a little bit more in this game.
I will be against you. It just feels like a lot. Illinois still got a tough defense, even though it wasn't amazing this year. Can't wait to watch this game. I think South Carolina on the money line is a lock, but
Yeah.
Minus 355.
well, I mean, you can't lock it, but I'm saying like
Yeah,
I think they get it on the money line.
it's just a lot of juice. Is Lenore Sellers playing in this game?
Yeah, he's like a sophomore.
I think I like South Carolina in this game.
And I'm going to take the Illinois.
I think I'm going to go with South Carolina in this one. So are we 50-50 split on that one?
Yeah.
50 split.
And
Wow.
the Cock Rider didn't take the Cox.
Oof. Well, let's head into another Big Ten game next. We got Penn State versus Boise State. Boise State.
Before we move on, their South Carolina's number one running back Saunders is sitting out of this game.
That's okay.
Yeah. What do we got next, D?
Next, we got Penn State versus Boise State. Boise State 10.5-point underdogs. I assume Jonty is not playing.
No.
Dude, it's the playoffs.
It's the playoffs.
He's fucking
He's-
playing.
Oh,
It's
he
the
is
playoffs.
playing. Okay. Duh.
Yeah. 100% playing.
Give me Boise State to cover.
Boise State money line. It's the Fiesta Bowl.
See, I don't know if I see them winning, but I am comfortable with them covering 10.5.
Money line.
They gave me the hook, so
I will have money on the money line. I'll also take the 10.5 just for the purposes of the podcast. But
Yeah.
Boise State Fiesta Bowl. Name a better duo. I'll wait.
Well, Penn State is also 7-0 in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, but Drew Aller. Are you gonna bet with Drew Aller?
No, I'm not going to bet with Drew Aller, but the only way I think Penn State stays in this, Boise State stays in this game is if they can control the clock and shrink the game.
Could
Because
happen.
if they give, though I hate Drew Aller, if they give Penn State's offense too many chances, their defense is going to get worn out. I mean, this is a team that hung tight with Oregon at the beginning of the year. I don't know. This is my Penn State bias, but I think 10.5 is too much on a neutral site.
Agreed.
So
We've also seen what happens when teams overcommit to the run against Boise State this year, though. I think there's a good chance Penn State's going to have probably a 7 or 8 man box the entire game. And I don't remember who said it, but a few weeks back we said how the quarterback for Boise State's really progressed in his ability to throw the ball over the year. So I'm not joking. I think Penn State has a chance on this money line. I think 10.5 is really disrespectful.
he thinks Boise State.
Boise State.
You said Penn State.
My bad. I think Boise State.
I agree.
So we're all on Boise plus 10.5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's head into our next one. We got Texas versus Arizona State. Arizona State, a 13.5-point underdog in the Chick-fil-A Bowl down in Atlanta, Georgia. Safe to say, I think I know where I'm going to go on this one. I got to go with Texas.
Who's playing quarterback?
Ewers.
Does it matter?
Yeah, we know Ewers can't win big games, right? I mean, that's the talk around the town.
I mean, he just stomped Clemson
That's
into fucking
Clemson.
oblivion.
Yeah.
The Clemson's a significantly better team than Arizona State.
Catch me about 3-4 beers deep and buying 1 point for Arizona State to 14.5.
I don't hate it though. I think it'd be a fun bet.
I think Scadabo's gonna shrink the game down, just like we said Ginty could do against Penn State. I just don't think Texas is gonna have enough time. Texas has miscues. Arizona State's a decent team.
Dude, they obliterated us.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, beat the brakes off of us. Like, it was embarrassing.
I just
And
think it's a man-meat issue. I don't
pause.
think Arizona State can match up for 60 minutes against Texas's defense. Texas'
fair.
defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
Their offenses look shaky at times, but they held Georgia in the SEC championship game to what, 19 or 16, whatever, like
Something like that.
low scoring game. Granted, Gunnar Stockton came into that game, but still,
Gunnar looked good though.
I think they just can't hang on for that long.
Mhm.
It's a lot of points. I wouldn't be mad buying Arizona State up to 14.5, but I don't know. I don't see how Arizona State wins this game. I don't.
No, and that's where I'm at. I'm taking Texas, but I don't mind the 14.5 point spread if it was at that.
Ethan, do you have a money spread on this? Like where the money's at?
I can look at it quick for
I'd be interested.
Texas, Arizona. Let me take a quick look via the Green Book and see what they have.
Yeah, just out of
Also,
I
do we
will-
want to just throw a parlay in there with favorites again? Because we saw what happened the first round. Favorites were
Well, if you're going to throw all the favorites in, Clark, that means you're willing to take Ohio State over Oregon.
yeah.
which we've seen that.
Yeah.
Go the other way. I mean, we've seen that match.
So you like Ohio State?
I like Ohio State still. I think that game's gonna be very close, but I would be fine with throwing that in a parlay.
What's that parlay come up to, Ty?
If you took all the favorites money line, it would be not
I was
crazy.
gonna say, probably
odds.
not great.
Probably not crazy.
356 is what I have on the blue
Ooh.
book.
I was hoping more.
354 on the green.
I was hoping more towards the 500s, but
all right.
Well, you got a minus 550 and a minus 430 in there.
yeah.
So here,
Now,
I mean-
now if you go with Boise State on the money line, you get 1490.
Mm,
What's that money say?
here's where the public currently is on the Texas and Arizona State game. 86% of the money line is on Texas.
Should be.
Spread 52% on Texas, 48 on Arizona State, and that's at 13.5.
it's
That makes
crazy.
sense. 13.5 is a polarizing line. Like,
It is.
the issue with me in this game is like, I love Texas's defense. Can Texas's offense produce? They're not going against a Georgia's defense or anything like that, but we've seen even at times in the regular season, Texas's offense sometimes just shits the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of those games where I don't think that the Texas coach is going to wait forever for Ewers to heat up. I think he's willing to put Manning in early if he needs to.
Yeah, I don't know. Texas is the betting favorite to win the national championship. So
I like 13.5.
Like plus 300?
310.
Not bad.
I would be a little bit more scared if this was like 17.5. But at 13.5, I'm riding with Texas.
I think at 17.5, there you got like 72% of the money on Arizona State. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah, because I would take that in a heartbeat.
I'd take that so fast you had to spend. I'd put the entire account on it.
So, Josh, you're on Arizona State at 14.5?
Yeah, I'm going to buy 1 point to 14.5.
I'm taking Texas.
I think Texas in a monster teaser down to a money line play is spicy.
Ooh.
I like that.
You have to get a lot of legs in there to get some value out of that.
It's a 4-leg monster teaser. It's 4 legs minus 140. I do it every week. Where the fuck has this guy been?
You must not be giving them out on the podcast.
I gave it out the last show I was on and it hit.
Let's look at our next game that we got. We got Ohio State versus Oregon. So a Big Ten matchup in the college football playoffs. Oregon, a 2.5-point underdog. Does that seem strange to you guys, considering they're the number 1 ranked team in the country?
Feels like an overreaction to the absolutely ass beating that they gave Tennessee.
Yeah, we've seen this game once already, and granted, it was home field for Oregon, and Oregon won by 1 when they probably should have lost if Will Howard gets down and they kick the field goal. I mean, we never know what would happen during that field goal, but Will Howard runs the game out. So, I don't know. This one, for me, I have a futures bet on Oregon to win the championship. So that's essentially my play in this game is Oregon money line. But I
feel like if anything, it should be on Ohio State. Arbitrage it.
No, I'm saying my play already is Oregon money line essentially. But even if I didn't have that future, and I still like Oregon plus the 2, maybe take it, like buy it to 3 and lay a little bit of juice. I don't see this game being a blowout either way. I think it's a dogfight again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like Oregon here. I would buy it up to 3.5 just to make myself feel comfortable with it. But I think this is going to be a tight game. I think Oregon is going to come out on top, but not by much.
Yeah, I'll take Oregon by the point to minus 140 to 3.5.
Okay. I'm going to be opposite of you guys. I'm taking Ohio State. I think seeing them dismantle Tennessee, a really good program, I think that kind of gives them...
No! Are they, though?
Tennessee's a pretty good team, dude. They were, top 5 defense in the country?
But my thing with them is that offense was so hit or miss all year long. I'm not a huge fan of Nico down there.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee has not played in a game that cold in a long time. And I personally think all of the favorites or all the home teams just kicking the shit out of teams last week has really skewed a lot of these lines. Because how the fuck is Georgia and Notre Dame, the next game we're going to talk about, such a short line?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Who did
That's fair.
Notre Dame embarrass? A group of 5?
Notre Dame beat
SMU. Yeah.
SMU. ACC,
basically a group of 5.
But you know what I mean? I think some of these lines are skewed because we haven't seen some of these teams in almost a month. And we watched some of these teams last week dismantle people.
No,
but
that's
it's not
completely
home
fair.
field advantage. It's all domed, going to be fast tracks. Like, I think the lines are severely skewed. So I like Oregon being fresh, and I don't know. That's kind of where I'm leaning in this game.
I mean, I feel like you could go really either way with this game, and I just so happen to feel like Ohio State's going to pull through on this one.
Oh, for sure. I mean, either way, it's not going to be surprising. I think the winner of this game
wins it all, probably.
They at least get to the championship.
Yeah.
I
mean, saying the winner of this wins it all, I don't think it's too far out there. Because the other side of the bracket is Texas, and everyone's just, from what we were saying when we were talking about that, it sounds like we're all just waiting for them to fall apart anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I think, let's look at our next game. I think that's going to be a great game. But, Ty, you kind of mentioned, I think this is, the Ohio State-Oregon game is a little bit more of a 50-50 toss-up for us. The Notre Dame-Georgia game, I have a feeling we're all going to go the same way. Georgia's a 1.5-point favorite against Notre Dame. They're playing down in New Orleans. Like you mentioned, they're going to be indoors, so they won't really have a home field advantage. However, I think Georgia is going to absolutely run this game.
Yeah, I think Gunnar Stockton coming in against Texas's defense is really going to help him. He's had all this time now to prepare as the starter fully. Like, he has had the keys, all the reps with the ones.
Oh, I forgot Carson Beck's not playing.
Yeah, and I like that Beck's not playing.
Yeah, no,
that's
I do.
That's kind of beneficial.
Gunnar Stockton ran the ball really well, and he was not afraid to fucking sling the pill. Yes, he threw a late interception that could have been really costly, but he's young, big moment. That shit happens. I think Georgia gets to rely on their defense in this game. Riley Leonard has never played a game of these stakes before. Marcus Freeman has never coached a game of this stakes before. I don't know. There's this line being 2, I feel like is really biased because Notre Dame beat the fuck out of SMU. But it's like Gunnar Stockton played a whole half against Texas and performed well, like to win the game, to be in this spot. I don't think that should really sway the line at all, it being Gunnar Stockton over Carson Beck.
Mm-hmm.
So I really love Georgia here. I have a future on Georgia to win it all at plus 500. So really need Georgia, Oregon to win their games here. And if I get a Georgia-Oregon championship game, I'd be fucking tickled, because then either way.
They'll play each other next round.
Georgia and Oregon?
Yeah, they're on the same side of the bracket, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the bracket looks like.
The 1 seed wouldn't play the 5 seed, would they?
What's the bracket look like, E?
Honestly, I don't have the bracket next to me.
I'll find it.
It would be Georgia's number 2, which means they play whoever the number 3.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing reseed.
Yeah, Georgia does not.
No, Georgia's on the opposite side.
Yeah, Georgia will get the winner of the Penn State-Boise State game. My bad.
So I put that future on Georgia strictly because their path was,
easiest.
You beat Notre Dame, you get Penn State or Boise, and I feel like they handle either of those 2 teams. So definitely liking that future that I have there. So.
No, I agree completely with what you said. This is one of the spreads where I was like, this doesn't make any sense that it's only 1.5 points.
It's got to be because Stockton's in, and they just aren't as high on him as I think a lot of the rest of the country is.
I guess, but
because I think he played better than Beck has most of the year. I mean, I'm also a noted Carson Beck hater, so
yeah. I think the interesting thing about this game, this spread is up to 2, by the way. Tyler kind of mentioned it earlier. The spread's up to 2 already. 72% of the spread bets are on Georgia to cover. So they're already leaning Georgia early. This new Georgia quarterback is, what I listen to at least, similar or reminds me of Signetti. Like, if you look the kid up, he wins football games. I think he won 2 state championships down in Georgia. It's his home state, so he's playing for his home school. It just sounds like a kid of destiny, or a kid of, a legendary Georgia future, possibly. So he's young, but he played well. I'm going to stick with him. Give me Georgia -2.
Notably, I can give you 1.5 on the blue book if you don't want that push at 2 somehow, if that scares you. But yeah, Georgia -1.5 is crazy.
It's so interesting to me that the books haven't changed this to 2.5 or 3 when it's that heavily swayed. I mean, something's telling them that this is where it needs to be at, but I don't know. I'm not mad to be riding with the public on this one. And like I said earlier, I think Georgia can really rely on that defense to shut down Notre Dame and then to shut down either Penn State or Boise State the next round and not make Gunnar Stockton have to work as much.
What are the odds on that +2 or the -2? Because the -1.5 is like 115.
It is -108.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, they're really just teetering there then. So, I mean, we're still, 5 days from kickoff? I'm sure more money will come in. People are going to wait for a little more news, I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if by kickoff this is a 3-point spread.
The reason that they are not switching it is because 44% of the money is still on Notre Dame. So with the odds being, plus money for Notre Dame, I think that's what's keeping them from moving the spread as well. Because they don't want to boost up that money line number.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have people bet on Notre Dame no matter what because their fans are stupid. But any more college?
We got championship odds if we want to talk that at all.
Yeah, run it down quick. We got 8 teams left?
Yeah, so we've got in the lead, Tyler, I think, said it was Texas. They're about +310 right now. Ohio State is +330. Oregon +480, Georgia the same at +480, Penn State +500, Notre Dame +700, Arizona State +6,500, and Boise State 8,500.
So I like the first 3 are all over +300. I'd honestly just kind of throw 10 or like 1 unit on all of them.
That's what my thought was, and then you can
like
feel free to cash them out.
Even Tyler's 2 picks are +480. Like, those are great bets.
Yeah, well, like worst case scenario, you're going to profit 1/10 of a unit. Like
that is assuming that they let you cash it out.
Though I don't think they're going to let you cash it out, but I think those 3 are by far the most likely to win. I think you end up with Georgia versus the winner of the Ohio State Oregon game in the championship.
You don't see Arizona State dream run?
No, not at all. I see. Honestly, if you want me to pick a dream run, it's Boise State. I don't think it's stupid to sprinkle a quarter unit on Boise State, honestly.
What did you say Oregon was at?
310.
+480.
480?
Yeah.
Who was 310? Texas?
Ohio State.
What was Texas?
Texas is 310. Ohio State is 330.
Gotcha. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not loving that I got Oregon that early. I got Oregon at +350 in my bet. But Georgia at +500 seems really good value.
Pretty good value, yeah.
Do you have any interest at taking Texas at +310 then? Just to
no, I think
Texas was 310?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't even do that then. I would take Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, whatever those odds are.
Agreed.
Take those 3. Fuck Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Georgia wins this against Notre Dame, I don't really have to hedge until the championship. If Oregon gets by Ohio State and they have to face Texas, then some hedging could be done on that bet. But I'm more committed with the Georgia bet. So I'd really like to see Georgia win the whole thing. That'd be a nice way to end the college football season for me. But Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that price is up a lot higher for Oregon than what I got it at. That's not ideal, but
Yeah.
Well, let's do a quick ad break, and we will get into our NFL talk.
This episode of Show Me the Money is brought to you by Tavern Sports, your place to get fun sports content, sportsbook lines and parlays, and of course food reviews with Big E's Ballpark Bites. You can follow Tavern Sports on Instagram at Tavern Sports 2023, TikTok at Tavern.sports, and Twitter at Tavern Sports 23.
Welcome back to the Show Me the Money podcast. We got the NFL picks now for this week. What week NFL are we in? 15? 16?
I guess 16 technically.
17?
Or 17. 16 games, 17th week.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a confusing week with the holiday fell right in the middle of the week. So there were football games on Wednesday. There's
Bears lost yesterday in a touchdownless game.
how pathetic.
I did call that.
Plus
I did call that
6,500.
plus 6,500. I called it.
That's hilarious. Well, let's head into our first game. We got the Denver Broncos versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals at home, 3-point favorites. How are we feeling about Burrow and the Bengals?
They just can't win games, and it doesn't make any sense.
Joe Burrow is playing his ass off. Like
Dude, he can't play any better.
Yeah,
It's the defense. It's the defense.
And the Broncos, who we thought were going to stink, are good. Like,
Dude, Sean Payton has fucking been cooking with Bo Nix.
I'm taking
Payton's a
Denver.
good coach.
Like,
Shocker.
Yeah, I'm also actually going to be on Denver here. Worth noting, Cincinnati is technically still not eliminated, but they need a lot of help. They have to win out, and then they need some teams to lose this week and next week. But
Also, I mean, I don't think this changes the game plan at all. Jamar is currently in the lead of all Triple Crown categories for wide receivers, so I think they're going to stay on top of that. Which, he's their number one guy. He's one of the best receivers in the league. It can't hurt to just continue to pile the ball his way. So I think that helps him here. But Broncos got Riley Moss. Is Riley Moss with the clamps on Jamar?
he might.
So
Ku Klux Klan, baby, coming out of Iowa.
Facts, bro. Ooh, go!
who's playing right now?
Navy. Showing Oklahoma how white boys run footballs, man. 90
What
plus
channel?
yards. Needed that.
That's unfortunate because I have Oklahoma. Anyway, let's. I think I would also ride Denver, but let's head into our next game. We got the Cardinals versus the Rams.
Oh, I'm on the Bengals. I didn't give a pick. I'm on Bengals.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Josh on the Bengals. Ty, you're on the Broncos. Clark, you're on the Broncos.
Broncos.
All right. Well, next game we got Cardinals at Rams. Rams are a 6.5-point favorite. Clark, this is your team here, man.
So basically, Josh and I were talking earlier about it. It's a playoff implication, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what the Rams' path is. But I'm willing to put my money on the Arizona Cardinals to play upset for a divisional team. That's kind of where I'm at here.
Okay.
Are the Cardinals dead? I don't think.
Yeah,
they're
we're dead. We're dead.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we're dead. So I'm saying I think we're playing spoiler this week and say screw you to the Rams and take them out too.
What's the spread? 6.5.
6.5.
Give me the Rams, mainly because I need their players to do good for fantasy.
I'm going to be, though the Cardinals had not been playing horribly, Kyler's actually been doing pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Rams strictly because I feel like it might be too much firepower for y'all.
That's fair.
Because the Rams have been heating up lately.
Yeah.
Well, they got healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they got healthy.
so I think Nakua and Cup, Kyron, it's a
That's
lot.
fine.
So healthy at the right time. Though they are going to be a low-seeded team, who the fuck wants to play the Rams in the playoffs when McVay has Super Bowl Goff has Super Bowl Cup, and Nakua are a headache. Kyron Williams can run it down anybody's throat. Like, they're a dangerous squad.
Yep.
As you mentioned, Ty, Rams healthy at the right time. Cardinals dead for the rest of the year already. So I also am going to ride with the Rams at 6.5. Next game, we got Cowboys versus the Eagles. Eagles a 7-point favorite. Is there anybody who's not on the Eagles for this one?
What are we even talking about this game?
Well, before you
CD's out.
Before you fully decide you want the Eagles, Kenny Pickett is the projected starter.
Yeah, that's why I'm on him.
Jalen Hurts is in the concussion protocol.
I still like the Eagles.
CD's
gone. Eagles. They don't. They're going to throw it to Brandon Marshall.
Who? Why is CD out? What's he out with?
He's out for the IR.
They just shut him. I honestly think they just shut him down for the rest of the year because they've been dead for weeks. I think they aren't. It's an undisclosed something or other.
I think the Eagles' defense and Saquon Barkley can win this game for them. Even Kenny Pickett is shit, but he can still hand the ball off. So
he was a starter in the league for a couple years.
He was a shitty starter, but yeah.
Well, let's head into a divisional rivalry here. We have the Packers and the Vikings. Vikings a 1.5-point favorite.
Have the Lions locked up the North?
I don't think it's. Is it? I don't know.
Oh no, because I think they're tied with the Vikings, 12-2. Or
they've clinched a playoff berth, but they're still.
Yeah, so the Vikings and the Lions are 13-2. The Packers are 11-4. I don't know how the tiebreakers are going to work out.
No.
But if the Packers go undefeated and the Vikings and Lions both lose out, who knows how that works out.
I think the Lions are still fighting for the 1 seed. Like, to click the 1 seed, and that's going to drive them more than anything. I was talking to Parker about this. Lions, it really comes down to coaching. Dan Campbell's a great motivator, great coach, but like the other week, him kicking an onside at 10 minutes left was so stupid, so pointless. And it's like this team is continually still kept rolling, even with all the injuries on their defense, and they still are just dominating people. But then you have foolish shit like that out of Dan Campbell where it doesn't make sense. I don't want to say the Lions can't make a deep run because of the injuries, because they're just going to get healthier in the playoffs with potential stars coming back. Anzalone, Hutch, if they make it to the Super Bowl, Hutch could be back. But I don't really know what to expect out of this Lions team. I feel like the play calling is there. The defense is still fighting for their life, but they're just going to have to outscore everybody and hope Dan Campbell doesn't make a really dumb coaching mistake like he did with that onside kick at 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. So back to the Green Bay Minnesota game, though.
It's a 1-point spread. I'm going to take Green Bay because they're in a have to have it. I mean, not that the Vikings don't have to have it, but if the Vikings win, the Packers are just a wild card team. They have no shot of getting the auto bid from the North, which with the Eagles dealing with these injuries, it's looking like the winner of the North is going to be the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am going to ride with the Vikings. I think their offense looks too good and their defense looks too good. I don't get me wrong. I think the Vikings or the Packers are a great team. I think that they are going to play well in the playoffs, but in terms of, I think these two teams facing each other right now, I think the Vikings are going to sneak out a win.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go against you, Ethan. I think Josh Jacobs on an indoor field, like, can really plant his feet. It's going to be Jordan Love can't turn the ball over. Jair Alexander has a really good track history of locking down Justin Jefferson. So that'll be a cool matchup to watch. I'm going to take Green Bay here, but I could see this one going either way.
Did I give a pick or no?
Mm-mm.
I'm taking Green Bay as well.
Oof, I'm the only one riding the Vikings, huh? That's okay. Well, let's head into our next game. We got the Monday Night Football game, Lions versus the 49ers. 49ers, a 3.5-point underdog. I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, 49ers dead. Give me the Lions.
I think you have to
Agreed.
put the Lions. If the Lions win this one and the Vikings lose, I'm 90%. I don't know how the tie breaking works, but the Lions are currently ahead already. So I would assume if the Lions win and the Vikings lose, the Lions lock up the 1 seed.
I would think so.
Yeah. I think the Lions win this game strictly because 49ers are just decimated injury-wise.
Yeah. It's like, what was it? Like, is that 6 years ago now where they were like Super Bowl a year before and then they got a bunch of injuries and they just didn't even make the playoffs? I think it's similar to that again.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. I mean, what are the 49ers playing for in all senses? Like, Brandon Ayuk isn't happy. Debo's not happy. CMC's hurt.
Ayuk's hurt. He's been hurt for a while. He's got a 20 ACL.
Yeah, but he's not happy there. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like even in the locker room, in the training facility every day, like, that
Yeah.
building is just not happy.
I mean,
The
I guess
only
they're playing for Shanahan's job, maybe, because I know there's been speculations about that, but I don't think those are real.
If you fire Shanahan after what
They'd be
he's done,
dumb.
it's fucking insane.
Yeah,
The-
just because you had an injury
Chicago would have
year.
to snag him so fast.
and you had a guy fucking quit on you in the middle of a game.
Yeah. I think that the guy, who was it? Devondre Campbell quitting in the middle of the game tells you everything you need to know about this game. 3.5 points seems crazy.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions.
Be a smart better, buy it down to 2.5, I guess. But
Fuck, take them Lions by a touchdown, dude. I wouldn't even blink an eye at that.
Yeah, as long as the weather's good.
I might even sell some points, get some more value out of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's head into a quick ad break, and we will get back to you with our lock of the week.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a diehard fan or just like the environment, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ to get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports. Beer, betting, sports.
Before we get locks, my college football playoff monster teaser is 13 points, minus 140. Boise State to plus 24 against Penn State.
I love that.
Texas down to a money line pick against Arizona State. Oregon to plus 15.5 against Ohio State. And Georgia to plus 11 against Notre Dame.
I
So
like that.
minus 140 on that.
The one that scares me the most is the Ohio State-Oregon one, just because who knows how that ends up.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get 2 touchdowns with Oregon.
I know,
Yeah.
but you just never know.
I
Yeah.
like it either way. It's
I
still
guess.
I like you. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not saying don't place it. I'm just saying, like, of all of them, that's the one that I would be the most worried about.
So
All
that's my teaser for the week. Clark, what do you got for a lock for us?
Yeah, let's start it out. I'm going to take Colorado minus 3.5 against BYU.
Bastard.
Ethan?
Josh, I'll go. I gotta go. Like I said, I gotta go against Clark's Cyclones here. Give me Miami minus 2.5. I'll buy the point.
Y'all just took my number 1 and number 2 options.
Feel free to join me on it, Josh.
Yeah, you can join us.
Just don't fight me on it. Then we'll have an issue.
Oh, that's so boring.
But it's a good
yeah,
pick.
I'll take Colorado minus 2.5.
Where'd you get them at that?
I mean, I'm just gonna buy the point. I'm not gonna worry about a fucking field goal.
Yeah, but where'd you get that minus one?
Oh fuck, it's 162. Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Ooh.
okay, give me the 3.5 then. Fuck them. Can I get a 3 on the green book? Is there 3 on the green book?
Let me check.
If you get that, I'm taking it too.
Colorado,
Yeah.
Colorado, BYU game lines. -3 is -127.
Give me that.
Give me that too.
I'll take that push there.
It's actually 2.5 is -145.
Give me it. That
Give me
I
it.
want that. I want that.
Let's go, Josh.
I will be taking. Yikes. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But give me Missouri minus the 3 against Iowa.
-3.
Can't you get them at 2.5?
You can get them at 2.
Give me my -2.
Fair enough. Do
And
we want to
then-
give Parkey's
Yeah,
pick, not pick?
Parker, we're gonna give Parker Georgia because he hates Notre Dame with a passion, and we all think that's kind of where he would go. So we're actually gonna give him Georgia the win. They are -125.
Yeah, and if he decides something else, we'll tweet it out or
Swap it.
something. Just because he's in the lead, we can't let him like not make a pick
Yeah, exactly.
out of him.
I'm fine with giving him that pick too.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Show Me the Money podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you at the sportsbook.
Show me the money!